The station that keeps it rocking 24/7.
When I'm outside, my head be swiveling hard. Never really seen this shit go far. Gassing up right before I get in the car. I told my mom that a kid is a star. Don't put me in it if I am not involved. I'm trying to brace on my falls, simultaneously facing my flaws. Take a breath, need a second, press pause. Forever thankful I can still pull up and hug my grandma and shake hands with grandpa. Lost clack, holidays ain't the same, but we smoke, drink, and laugh through the pain. Sunshine usually come after rain. I'm Debo, gon' tuck out your chains. Church whoopings, cause me and cuz playing games. I walk the Witherby, I got hoop shorts I can change. Gold teeth and need a 4-finger ring. I thought the preacher was a pimp, I'm just saying. Word.
The door is locked, so we kicking it in, basking in sin. As I'm sipping this hen, the struggle never gon' end. Even when the money start coming in, take it in stride, I'd rather cry in the bins. Yeah. Still got empathy for women I lost. I made your earthquake, yeah, that was my fault. Still making shade like tectonics. A nigga just trying to evolve. I feed bonics, mix it with knowledge, and I got it, I promise. These niggas lying, I'm honest. The shift is upon us. Observing, I ponder. Multiply worth when we divide and we conquer. Real ones all over my roster. Got my heart on my sleeve, praying so much my kneecaps start to bleed. Spilt on the floor and I ain't clean up the scene. Real nigga DNA, I pull up my jeans. Just know this life is always more than it seems.
Look, doors locked, still treated like it don't exist. Niggas turn from sucking teeth to sucking dick. Love to talk war when survival don't come equipped. Niggas talking cause they borderline done some shit. Keep it on the L or a W, always finish that. Portobello or something.
It's the #1 station blazing the airwaves.
Right here, so keep it locked.
This is GRIZZBIZ2SENSE.
Wednesday. We are back at it again. And as usual, it's always something popping and jumping from Wednesday to Wednesday. I don't know what's wrong with women. They is never on time. Never, ever on time for various reasons. If we pan to the left, to the right, there's no one there. Can we get a sound effect? Yeah. And then the other ones are out doing what they do. So it is National Women's Month, I believe. So we're going to give our queens a round of applause, and give them their props, because they do what they do. And I just have to set the fact that every woman around me is a daggone diva. But I'm a king, so I can handle it. You know what I'm talking about? We'll go there. But, yeah, we got Desiree Vitamin D with the T joining us. We got Howard Breeze joining us again. Tyanne's on her way again, as usual. But we're going to talk about that Ciara and a whole bunch of other stuff, man. And then I'm going to leave these people alone, man. You know what I'm talking about? And let other people tell their stories. But before we do that, while they ain't here, let's run these commercials, man. Give a shout out to our sponsors, you know what I'm saying? Those people who support us, and it's growing right now. You know what I'm saying? So we starting off with Jarman Solutions. Jarman Solutions, doing all your electrical needs. My bad, y'all. I'm sitting here trying to get this together here. I'm tripping. But Jarman Home Solutions, you can get a free estimate at JarmanHomeSolutions.com. They do the Tesla, electric cars, chargers, anything electrical that you have or need done, they do it. They're one of the best in the city, and it's a whole group of them, bunch of young black men, black owned, so support the cause. They are very professional. Let's give Jarman Home Solutions a round of applause. Yes, sir. Then we got Dank Nation. Dank Nation. www.danknation.co. That's where you can go get all your fresh gear made by us. So we got a whole bunch of apparel that you can go check out because we're gearing up for the future. And the future is that bill that's going to be on the ballot this year, right? For it to be legal. Yes, we need that. We need that to be legal in the city, in the state of Ohio. Biden need to go ahead and make it federal, But anyway, yeah, check us out, www.danknation.co. Give Dank Nation a round of applause. Then, of course, we got Goodies Barbecue. The season is upon us, but shoot, barbecue is all year round, isn't it? Anyway, go to 7440 Hamilton Avenue, Goodies Barbecue. Visit Mr. Slab. I'm trying to tell you, as I tell you every Wednesday. Them rib tips, you get your bang for your money when you get them rib tips. They season good. You know what I'm saying? It's real good, man. And you got a whole bunch of other stuff, too. It goes, the greens ain't bad. You know what I'm saying? The peach cobbler ain't bad. It's pretty daggone good. It's always packed in that mug. And, by the way, they are hiring, too. Starting off at $16 an hour. If you need a job, go on up there and get you one. The brother's hiring. From delivery, from cashier, to cooking, to answering the phones, to chopping up cows. No, I don't know. I'm just saying. Anyway, check Goodies Barbecue out, 7440 Hamilton Avenue. Give a round of applause for that. And then we got Bagman. I always got Bagman. You guys always have my back, always into something positive. You know what I'm saying? And right now, he's got the bag game on lock. You can go get custom bags. You can go in there and look down the aisle, man, and it's any type of bag you want. And they don't have to be small bags. Whatever bags you want. If you want a party bag, if you need a bag for a present, if your design, you can do it. Just go on down to Bagman, 3020 Coleraine Avenue, and go get you some. Whatever you're putting in those bags, it's going to up your presentation 1,000%. So go to Bagman, 3020 Coleraine Avenue. Let's give Bagman a round of applause. And I got to pat me on the back and where I do my gig at and what we got going on. EDE Solutions. You understand me? I am now really, really solidified on these computers, man. These MacBooks, these iMacs, these towers, these cylinders, these monitors, these laptops, these iMacs, these MacBooks, Airs Pros, 13-inch, 15-inch. 21-inch, 27-inch, whatever. Now, the laptops are HP. We got a whole different variety of those going on and jumping off. So it's for your best interest to come holler with me. EDE Solutions, computer dude. You know what I'm saying? You need a monitor? I got you. 30 bucks, 24-inch. You need a MacBook? Starting out at $450, 13-inch MacBook Pros, starting out at $450, and we'll work our way up. And don't ask about no M1s, computer chips, because y'all ain't ready to pay them prices yet. That's why you call me. But let's give me a round of applause at EDE Solutions. It's taking care of business, and you can catch us up in Trader's World too. But hey, look at here. What diva has entered the room? Let's give Miss Desiree Vitamin D with the T Poppin' Podcast a round of applause. Yes, indeed. Good having you back, man. Like I said always, man.
It feels so good to be back. How y'all doing?
Yeah, I bet it does. You know what I'm saying? When you out for a hiatus for a minute, you got to handle things. You got to, rearrange stuff. That is the purpose of me having you on here now. Just keep it at 1,000. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to give away my secret, but I love black women. That's all I'm gonna say. You know what I'm saying? So I'll dig your podcast, your name, everything you're doing. So, and I keep trying to tell folks in this city that it's all about networking and polywagging. You know, that's my word, polywagging. Polywagging. Let's give me a round of applause for polywagging. E40 ain't the only word to come up with words. But yeah, I feel that if everybody in this city that was doing something would just take the time out while they on social media and just like have a list, a sticky note on your computer or your phone that everybody that's doing something, and you hashtag, you can copy and paste and just hashtag to everything that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? In the city, you know how much of an algorithm that would create in our own little pocket. But these people don't think like that. The city doesn't think like that, man. But anyway, it is what it is. We got Tyanne coming in shortly. We'll just jump right into it though, for real. That's a whole lot of lanes and stuff you can go through with this conversation, and we probably tap on all of it. But I know you saw Ciara in her dress. Or
I did.
Nightgown.
Yeah, her booty.
And her boobies and her booty. Now, as a grown man, I'm going to keep it 1,000. And that's with any woman that's on the net that they're showing their body parts at all. There is no way in hell that you're not, as a man, that you're not going to have a thought about that when it comes across your face. And the first thing that I thought was like, she got a cute ass. It's a little small, but it's cute. And then her boobs, they was all right. You know what I'm saying? She's slender. And I kept thinking like, then I thought like, hey man, this man's wife, man.
Right.
Then that part came in like, hello, nigga. Hello, nigga. And I said, yeah, you right, man. You right, nigga. Shut up, man. You right. Then I got mad like, nigga, why you let your bitch come on there like that, man? That creates a whole lot of issues and problems. No, I'm just joking. But what was your take on it?
I feel like it's like 50-50. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, once you become a wife and a mother and you start to have children, it's just certain things that you shouldn't do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. Maybe if she would have not wore a thong with it. You know how sometimes they got them new outfits now where they wear the panties with it. You know what I'm saying? But do she got daughters? I know
she got a daughter and two sons, I think.
Daughters?
Yeah. A daughter. I think she do got a daughter and two sons, I believe.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want your daughters looking at that. You know what I'm saying? It's a way to go about everything. Like you can still be sexy and not be having your, you know, and I know people be like, women should be able to wear what they want. But at the end of the day, I've always been a firm believer. I low-key feel like we talked about this the last time I was on your show. But I feel like it's a certain way to go about things. You know what I'm saying? And ain't they supposed to be like in the church?
Well, they did. Somebody did put up a picture of them with her, and her lingerie, and then he on his knees praying, and then she was like almost, you know, with her hands like that. So I don't doubt that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking that. But, you know, you got a lot of people, because, you know, at that part I ain't knocking, but I guess I was a little ticked off because of the comments coming where you from, the same way you at, and I just told you my mindset, and that went through 100 million men's head. And the thing was that somebody said, well, they're celebrities. That's the life they live. And you don't need to be in their business, or we don't. She ain't say me, but in people's business. Then I seen something about a whole bunch of people talking about we can't afford what they do, and tax bracket, and this, that, and the third, and I got.
If you be in that famous light, you got to be willing to deal with what people have to say. It's just like it's people who liked it and agree with that outfit, and it's people who gonna disagree. You feel what I'm saying? Like that's people kill me with that. Why do y'all have to comment on it? Because that's what they there for us to comment
And,
and give you our opinion, because that's what they a public figure for, to
and
entertain us.
exactly, to entertain us. And I said to this girl today, I said, look, you on here talking about why we worried about this and why we worried about that, but you commented.
Right.
So that you didn't scroll past it. It touched you some type of way. And that's the whole part of the game. We're on the podcast business. Are you shock and jock? No, I don't. I'm not going to get on here and show my ass or show anything or I'm going to be me. But I'm not doing no gimmicks, nigga. I'm not doing none of that. What you see is what you get. You know what I'm saying? So what they on a whole nother level, and playing card is beyond what the normal person can even fathom what they doing. When you talk about devil worshiping, when you talk about agendas, when you talk about way they dressed, when you talk about all this crazy stuff that's going on with them, there's a reason for that. There's a reason for that. There is not, people want to, I hate the term conspiracy theorist, but a brother said, look, man, it's your discernment. And people who have discernment know exactly. You can't pull the wool over the eyes. We see what's going on. Like, hey, nigga, did you see that?
Mm.
Hey, man, I know you saw that, right?
Right.
And I'm going to give you an example and just segue right into it is Creed Boys. Whatever his name is, I forget his name. And
my dude, he be hugged up with in the pictures. Dude, that be wearing lingerie.
Hey, man, Desiree. Now, I'm a grown ass man, and I am not homophobic. What you do is what you do. You know what I'm saying? I'd rather you say that that's what you do than to sit there and try and make believe that we don't see this. Like, if that's what you are about, so be it. I'm not going to sit here and say, you going to hell, you going to this, or you going to that, this, that. But as a person I'm going to step away, but I ain't going to treat you no different or anything like that. That's how you roll. I'm not trying to be in that, environment. But that don't mean that I don't like you or.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? When I looked at that picture and I seen dude, the first thing I thought was like, yeah, I was like, nigga, get off me. Nigga, that's what my brain, nigga, get off me. I've got partners, I've got brothers, I've got homies. The Grasshopper, we done been in wars together. You know what I'm saying? My brothers. My brothers. My brother might put his hand on his shoulder, his hand on my shoulder or something, but he's not going to be face to face on the side. That's not going to happen.
And lips out and stuff.
Yeah, and make it and the niggas that commented when they didn't say anything, I said, hey man, is them niggas making them strong faces? Like, I'm like, and what? That's what I thought they was thinking. I was like, because I didn't put up no caption at all, right? I put up for you to, it's art. I thought it was art. Black and white of photography. I took photography, so I did it the old school way of making it. So black and white, I love that type stuff. So I look for stuff. You know what I'm saying? And hey man, I don't care what you people talk about. One had duck lips and the other was like, hey man, I wish you get off of me.
But that's just how society is right now. They want men to be women so bad. Like the purse, men just gotta have a purse now. They can't go nowhere without wearing a purse.
Hold on.
Or have men just be like, why women want you to do this?
I have a man bag. I don't have a damn purse.
No, bruh. That's not how it goes. That's just not how it operates. Like that, I don't get that. I'm not with that new age stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with that, like, where they feel like where a man feel like he should play a woman role, or the woman feel like they should play a man role. Even when it comes to sexuality and stuff, I personally believe you can love who you want to love, be who you want to be, but don't change who you are. You feel what I'm saying? You ain't got to change who you are. Like the whole change in your outfit, like a man dressing as a woman, wearing purses and stuff. Like, why? You can love who you want to love. Just like who that man with the kid, Gabrielle Union's husband, Dwayne Wade, they kid. Do you know how many things that I was doing when I was 15 that I be thinking right now that's so outrageous? Nothing that I wanted when I was 15 do I even agree with now?
Right.
You feel me?
Right. Well, see, it's a bigger, like I said, it's a bigger thing. It's an agenda. When Lil Nas X fooled the world with the devil song and all that bull he was doing, and then I don't know what interview it was, but got on there and told everybody thank you, and it is an agenda. You shouldn't let your kids listen to my music. I was like, damn.
Wait a minute, who was it that said that?
Lil Nas X.
Yeah.
He said it is an agenda. He said y'all the ones that let the kids listen to the music. I said, got to be more careful.
Yeah.
Got to be more careful. I had people, and he had me fooled. I was so mad. What was the song? What was the horse song?
I was just thinking about that song, Old Town Road.
I'm gonna take my. Hey man, I was so mad. I was madder than finding out that Luther and Freddie was singing to somebody else. Like, hey man, you know you messed up the song, right?
But you know, he be trolling. He be attention seeking too. And these people don't even be really like sexually interested in that type stuff. You know what I'm saying? They do that for attention. They be doing it just.
It's to change the mind. It's to change the mindset. Where everything that was deemed good
with they woman for real.
Yeah, it's bad. It's everything that was deemed good is deemed bad. So people talk about what's the agenda? Well, the agenda is to break up the homes, keep the homes broken up, create procreation type stuff. They want the man to be weak. They want the men to be weak, and they want, and like the ASAP Rocky and Rihanna, whatever. Is that her dude name? I don't know his dude name. What's it? Trevor Scott? I don't know. Whichever one of them. It's who?
It's ASAP and Rihanna.
Yeah. That one picture, when I looked at it, that's the first thing I thought, and nobody had even commented. That's the first thing my mind went to when I seen him carrying the baby and her leading him by the hand. That is the first thing I thought, like, she got the most money.
Well, you know, that's most likely true. You know
that as a grown ass man, that's the first thing I thought. Like when I saw that before social media, before anybody said comments and stuff, that is the first thing that I thought when I saw that. Like, oh yeah, she leading this nigga. She got more money than him. Mm-hmm. All he gonna do is pop babies up.
Move to her state.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, rappers don't live that long.
He ain't on nothing for real.
And I'm like, damn.
You know, enjoying being Rihanna's husband.
Damn. And then with the Russell Wilson and Ciara, I was like, the first thing I thought too was like, why? And then I realized like they part of y'all mean. So and then wait till Howard get on. He'd tell you more about that situation there, but it is what it is, and I'm upset that people aren't waking up enough. People, and I hate using that word, aren't using their discernment, the powers of discernment that's in all of us. They haven't sharpened their minds yet. Like, dude, and the purpose of sharpening your mind is if everybody get on one accord, then it'd be easier to spot the bull and put an end to it. Everybody won't be on that page. Won't follow through. Won't be mummies. Won't be sheeps. You know what I'm saying? But it's too many people that are too far gone for that. Too far gone for that. Wow.
And not only that, you got to understand too, a lot of people in this world is going to do anything for some money.
Oh my gosh.
I'm saying, like, people literally will sell their soul for money. So just imagine the other things people are willing to do for some money.
Yeah, what was that show, Fear Factor? It should be Fear Factor 14,000 now to the 10th power, because I thought people was crazy. You remember that show?
Yeah, I remember that when they was eating bugs jumping off of
Bugs jumping off of that show right there was a prequel. Yeah, that was a prequel as to what's going on, and you know what? I can't even speak on it, but my buddy got something coming, and it's basically something coming where, that's crazy. Like, and you got to capitalize off of it. I'm sorry, you got to.
Off of everything.
Everybody else is, so, and there's people that's gonna do it. So people that's gonna do it, they gonna, like you said, willing to do anything for some money. Offer you, hey man, I'll give you $30,000 to do such and such and such.
That's the easiest thing. That's the easiest thing that, you know what I'm saying, sell is your soul. You ain't gotta do nothing.
You ain't gotta do nothing.
You ain't gotta do nothing. Just sell your soul instantly. Like, give me, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, I give you this amount of money for me to have complete power over your life. Like, yeah, oh yeah, that's easy as hell. Especially coming from the motherfuckers who just be greedy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey man, I ain't gonna even name these 4 people from Cincinnati, but I guarantee you that they have been offered those doors that have been talked about, that Nori talked about. I know for a fact they've been offered them doors, and they not. And let's get them a round of applause because they didn't go through them doors. That's the Cincinnati in you. That's the Cincinnati in you. I know one that went through the door, but I ain't gonna mention their name. But yeah, for those who didn't, kudos, brother. Kudos. Get it through your own. You know what I'm saying? It ain't worth it. It is not worth it.
You always be for you. Everybody always remember that. What's meant for you gonna be for you. You ain't gotta, shit. You ain't gotta go through nothing like, sell yourself, or even when it don't come to that level. You get what I'm saying? People sell their soul for small amounts of money.
And people don't even know. I say it like this. I don't think you selling your soul. You know what I think? Because your soul ain't yours to sell. Your soul is God's. So you ain't selling your soul. You selling the thought of your soul, but your soul's already been spoken for. You understand? Your soul, they knew what your soul was going to do before you knew what your soul was going to do. So they ain't selling nothing. You can't sell. I tell, and that's what I tell folks who's in the dark and want to come to the light. Hey, don't believe that bull crap, and you looking at the wrong light, because your soul don't belong to you. It belongs to somebody else. You know what I'm saying? So you can always strive to live right. You already been taken care of. But the object of the game, since you've been covered, and shout out to Selena Wilson. Let's give Selena Wilson a round of applause. You can give her a round of applause. You said, as soon as he come back, give her a round of applause, because that's my partner, and we chop it up on that book thing, and we conflict sometimes, but we come to an understanding where either it's right or it was wrong. So let's give Selena a round of applause. You dig what I'm saying? We can't give her a round of applause no more because we have late people. And I can't even tell her to get a round of applause because she got to get situated. You see what the divas do? You see, no, how can I sound like a hater and I love you black women? I really do, but I have learned over the years that all the women around me are divas. Yes, you are. Let's give a round of applause to the divas. Thank you. Selena Wilson, let's give her a round of applause. Selena? That's Desiree.
Oh, I thought you said, where's Selena?
See, that's what happens when you come in late.
Well, you just said it like 3 times, so I'm like.
Yeah, because of you.
He always wanted to start an argument with me.
I'm gonna start arguing with all you women.
Don't start none, won't be none.
Anyway, but yeah, we was talking. That's Desiree with the T. I don't know if
What's
you
up,
remember her
Desiree?
on here
Hey.
before.
How you doing?
And she gonna be guest co-hosting, and we cross networking and polywagging. You know that's my word.
Polywagging.
Networking and polywagging.
Okay.
Y'all know Grizz on his bullshit.
Thank you.
Network and polywagging. You know what I'm talking about? And
Oh, we was doing the Ponderosa.
whatever.
That's what Jackie Crispy call it.
And Ponderosa.
Oh yeah.
We doing a Ponderosa.
Let's see, this is a woman joke. I don't get it.
Yep, I'm taking over your
You see what I'm saying? This is how this stuff goes.
switching your lingo.
Yeah. But anyway, that's what we was talking about, Ciara. We was talking about all bunch of type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So just to bring you up to speed, let's go ahead and get your take on the Ciara.
How did you feel about it? Crazy. I mean, I seen your post about it, actually.
Like I was telling her, it's a bigger thing than what people don't understand, the game and the level of what they doing. So I was really saying that they're in the entertainment.
Yeah.
They're into deeper than what the normal eye could see as far as this game and what goes behind it.
Exactly.
So her thing was they didn't give a damn who said what, whether you approved of it or disapproved of it. They didn't care. They just wanted you to say something.
That was the whole point.
That was the whole point. So you can
I seen what Ivory posted,
Keep
like
it-
saying, you know, bad publicity is good publicity.
Yeah.
That's how they look at it.
That's how they look at it. You know what I'm saying? It's a part of the machine.
Look at Blueface and
Yeah.
Christian. That's all they do.
Yeah.
Man.
They going in.
See, and what I'm saying is although that's what you do, you know what I'm saying? I'm talking to the people who's doing the comment and the remarks and so forth. Those getting in their feelings about what
they
they
helping them.
what they doing with that stuff, man.
You giving them more of a platform.
Yeah,
more
and
followers,
the
more
reason why I'm
likes,
so
views.
animate on it is because we got so many issues in our community that we need to be addressing. You know, like we said, let's give Ivy her round of applause for financial literacy. You know what I'm saying? She's not here right now, but that's what she's about. If you need insurance, you want a saving plan, you need how to save some money, they doing it all over there right now. That's why they not here right now. Shout out to Joe Cuts. You know what I'm saying? Big things popping. You know what I'm saying? When you progressing, you moving forward.
And shout out to her mind in general, because I like her perspective.
Yeah.
How she thinks about things. She
Yeah.
cares.
She does care, but still Ivory. And yes, I know you listening. Yeah.
What up,
You ain't
girl?
gonna get out of here without nothing. You didn't say it, Negro. But on a serious tip, that's what I'm saying. We as black folks don't hold ourselves accountable for nothing. For nothing. On hand we want to be, and I'm like I'm not throwing
that's what I was-
stones.
No, that's what I was telling you last week when we was talking about the Chris Rock thing, and everybody was saying like, oh, well, I think like he's targeting our culture and he's trying to make black people look bad. No, he basically was saying in the whole stand-up that black people need to take accountability, and everybody does in general, but when it came to our side of it and it was about our culture, it was like,
See, that's
how
what
we
I
gonna
that's
talk
what
about
I
everybody else.
that's why I don't agree with that. I don't agree with what you just said. And I'm gonna tell you
Don't?
why. Because if you go back to Chris Rock, even from the chicken, that was real disrespectful. But
That was.
But you could say the Wayne brothers, the Wayne brothers, in Living Color, where they crossed all types of boundaries, and they talked about our culture, but the
Made
difference,
fun of it.
But the difference was, to me, they made it funny. It was
So
funny.
you don't think Chris Rock was funny?
No,
It was
his
funny to me.
it might be to some people, but it came off as more of a hateful funny. I got chuckles out of it, but it came off for more of a hateful fun than really taking a jab. And the reason how I coordinate the two is just from his stand-ups. And I know everybody can say that's just one video, but that video
I already
10
know what
years
you
ago,
about to talk about.
yeah,
You talking about with Seinfeld and all of
you
them.
cannot, as a black man, you gonna if the white Jewish boy said, I don't feel comfortable saying that word freely around you and blah blah blah.
Right.
That should have been a flag. And they all in the same game. You know what I'm talking about? They all in the same game up here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know Chris Rock personally, so I can't say personally this. I can only go by his brothers and his mama talking about he was a punk. They called him Chrissy back in the day, all this type stuff.
Bruh, Grizz is crazy.
All this other stuff. And then when man get up there, and when the man get up there and say how big Will Smith is, I'm Chris Rock, I'm little Chris Rock, that let me know right then, like, I'm not gonna say everybody's not fighters, but hey man, if a motherfucker slap you, excuse my French, hey man,
I don't care how
I don't care where we at, we going to war.
I don't care how classy I am and
we going to war. We're going to war.
You touch me, it's over.
You going to war, and the way that nigga walked off the stage. Oh my gosh, I was so mad at Chris. I don't care how small you is, nigga. Go get you some. Let this nigga know.
Hold on, did you see him in the stand-up where he was I forgot what artist he was talking to, and he said, whoa, let me slow down, because the last thing I need is another mad rapper. I was like, oh, he's disrespectful. I was like, at that point, he disrespectful. It was funny to me, but it was disrespectful. It's like, Dad, you ain't even call him an actor. You call him a rapper.
And I didn't even know Jab, because Fresh Prince was the man when
he's one of them without cursing.
Without cursing. So that wasn't. I didn't think that was a jab. That was weak to me. He
thought it was a jab.
He thought it was, and people had that funny. Like, no, that wasn't. No, nigga, he was Fresh Prince. Like you said, no cussing, whatever. That was the Fresh Prince in his own lane. Mr. Goody Two Shoes.
Period.
I ain't mad at that.
It takes more creativity not to say any cuss words. Like.
I was just. What'd you say? My bad.
I said cuss words, just be filling it in.
Yeah, the fill-in words. Yep.
That's
fill-in words.
And that's why I try not to cuss. That's why I reversed it back too. That was one of the reasons, man.
I curse.
Because I think that's when you say that's a fill-in word.
No, that's
your
what
brain freeze like
They really teach you that.
Word
when you go through training to be on TV or radio. Like when I was going through NXS TV with John, if I said one, and I didn't even realize how many times I was actually saying or pausing. Like he was like, you're doing a whole lot of filler words. You need to basically get your thoughts together and calm down. Type. He would make me record the whole segment all over again because I said
See, that's why we don't do no goddamn pre-recording. You're gonna catch all the uhs, and I'm gonna
the flaws and all.
We gonna catch all the. You know what I'm saying? How many y'all gonna help me? That's gonna be my therapy. But yeah, like I said, back to our community, man.
You just said 3 times.
Whatever. Right.
That's how he used to be on me. I was like, dang, bro.
But the community, that's what we need to be on as far as building us up, man. And it's always black folk. Maybe it's because our timelines. And Facebook only has 5,000 friends, and you can only visit so many of them.
Facts.
You got to go through all types of different algorithms, rhythms to touch any of those 5,000. So the ones in your timeline, you could get tired of them. I know they get tired of me like I get tired of them.
Right.
I know you got to hit a break like you hit a break. I ain't mad.
I don't go to people's pages unless they tell me like, go to my page and check this out. It's a certain thing. Like, now most people just snoop on people's pages. I just go down my original timeline. If I see the post, I see the post. And I'm typically scanning real quick.
I shook my head to what you said, and then I had to think about it in my head.
You go to people's pages?
No, you said snoop.
Like snoop on people's pages.
What is that, Tyanne?
Being sneaky.
Like creeping.
Yeah, people be real life creeping on your page. Like, hey, yeah, we have a page for a reason. But you got certain people that don't comment or say anything, and they just trying to see what you're posting and know what's going on in your life. Like, that's weird.
How is that weird? It's social media.
It's kind of weird especially if you don't talk to the person. Like, it's
how you know they post watching if you don't comment?
Oh, you can't tell.
I don't know who looked at my page unless you commented.
Yeah, nah.
Unless you comment,
you can tell.
You can
So,
tell.
When you start seeing the people you may know, and it's like, how they figure out I got a Facebook, right? Have
Really?
you ever seen that happen? Where it's like certain people you know them, but you like, how did they get on my people you may know when I never told them I had a Facebook? They be looking at your page.
People you may know.
Mm-hmm.
That's part of an algorithm in Facebook, though, right?
Yeah.
Based off of your friends that you already have that you might be
They be
friends
looking
with.
at your page, bro. Even your top friends, if you go on your page and you look at your friends, them people that's the first pictures, they looking at your page. They just ain't saying nothing.
Wow, see, I didn't know that.
Yeah, just start peeping game. I peeped it like
That.
maybe
'Cause
like
I wonder, like, damn, why they pictures just pop up right
yeah,
there?
and you think
But I'm
about
creeping on their page too, though.
hold on, but think about the people that you constantly comment on. It's supposed to be set up where the people that you constantly comment on and blah 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 that their pictures show up first. Why would the people that you don't even talk to show up first?
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Nah, you
Okay.
you lost me with the snooping part.
No, they be post watching. That's what they call it. It's
They call it post
I'm calling
watching.
it snooping right now, but it's called post watching.
So those friends that you may know may look at your page.
Yes. People real live. They figure out your first name. They might not even tell you. They gonna go to your page and look at your page.
But how do you know that they looked at your page?
First of all, you know how many people I done had tell me that, like, oh, you think I don't be watching you just because I ain't on your Facebook page? I actually be seeing your post about you and your boys. And I'm like, for real? People I would not really expect. And then after I think about it, like, oh, that's why they kept coming up, and the people you may know are coming up in my, like, weird.
Yeah, it's some weird for some person that you don't know. If you're not promoting anything, like, hey, here go a link to my podcast, our podcast, GRIZZBIZMY2SENSE-Ep.
Like Facebook investigator people out there too. Like,
Yes.
I think she's
people
one
don't
of them.
like-
Yeah, You just broke that down.
Because I just been peeping, I had stalkers. And then even with the story thing, like,
How stalkers?
Yes, you know how you
Male
got
or
the-
female?
I don't even know.
So how did you know you was good?
I just told you people randomly tell me they be watching my page. I even took off of my story. I had my story public, and it would always say like the 10 people you don't know, and I'm like, who is 10 people I don't know? And Facebook don't tell you. So then I made my stories private. Y'all ain't about to keep looking at me and I don't know who it is. I don't like that. Especially because your Facebook is more private than any other social media platform. Like you said, we can only get 5,000 friends.
Wow. So, but being in this game though, and you have to, Tyanne, you have to let the people
They crazy.
know who you is.
I do, but then it's just local people. They're crazy.
Desiree, vitamin D with the T.
Yes.
Sorry, you're gonna have to let the people who don't know you get to know you, so they can know what we doing. And now the stalker part,
Yeah.
you get you a gun.
Got that.
All right, don't worry about nothing else. You
Got
got
that.
God first. So, has anybody tried to threaten you?
I don't think I'm allowed to get a gun. I got my weed license. They told me I'm not allowed to have
Yeah,
both.
they
Oh,
do
you
be
not.
saying that.
Yeah,
And that's like one of the dumbest
Oh,
rules
no.
ever.
Yeah, they told me. I said next year I'm probably not gonna renew it.
But hold on. Here's the thing, ladies. You don't have to have a gun license
That is true.
to get a gun.
I was about to say that.
Yeah, you don't have to
You
go.
can-
You don't.
you
I
can
mean, a
have a gun.
CCW. You don't have. You can. You don't. You can't have a CCW with
the
weed.
weed license.
But
Right.
to go buy a pistol and have a
You can
pistol
just
on
have
you,
one.
you can have one on you.
You have
Yeah.
a constitutional right to
Yeah.
protect yourself.
You sure do. That's what they made that
And-
law.
and that's why they've been fighting over
don't-
it for the
don't
last couple of
take my
years.
word for it. You can always call somebody and talk to somebody from Target World, or I know a couple of these brothers on here that's watching can give you some vital information for it. But yeah, because I was at the same dilemma. Like, my dude was like, why you want to go get your CCWs again? Because I needed to get mine renewed. And I got to thinking, like, you're right.
Because didn't they just change the law
Oh, yeah,
recently?
and that's what
like,
they were saying,
where
like,
you used to have a
Yeah,
license.
Hey, that law is a recent law.
Yeah,
It's in
right.
like the last year or two.
Because
Yeah.
I've been walking around with my pistol on my hip like, you know, I'm supposed to. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
Real.
it is what it is now. I walked into
Nowadays-
Thornton's,
So
right?
that's how you gonna do it when you don't have your license? You just have to show your gun.
Yeah.
You damn sure, but it's so when they pull you over,
You got to tell them that
you got a
gun.
firearm.
Yep.
Right.
And
Is it
don't
on
you-
your person, Mr. Reese? Yes, it is.
But don't you have to put your clip in a different compartment than
Not
the
no
gun?
more.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if they changed that part.
No, I don't think no more. I carry mine, but
I'm not playing with these people. I just seen a guy in Mississippi that just got dismembered, and he was only like 26 years old. I actually just seen it before I came into the studio. Bruh, he wrote his mom and said, "Mom, if anything, I have my manager and me and him are not seeing eye to eye, and he making me feel like he gonna do something to me, and he has a couple of guys here." He says, "So if something happens to me, this is who did it." Dude, why they done cut this boy? They cut his head off.
What?
They done chopped the boy all the way up. Swear. They got his body parts placed in different places. Like, they haven't even found his whole body. It's like they found his
Now, what was this? Where was this?
in Mississippi.
In Mississippi.
Yes,
White or black?
black. So
Mm.
I'm
The white
thinking-
people did
I
it?
think that's what I'm thinking. I'm talking about they found his head cut off, and then they just found his spine, and then they found like his legs and other stuff in other areas, like where they took the time to cut him up, leave body parts in one place, and take them to other places, kind of like a scavenger hunt, though. But then they showed like his skull, and his skull, it looked like they freaking sawed his skull off, y'all. And then they said they had to look at the body parts, and a lot of his body parts was basically deteriorating so bad that they couldn't even determine how he died.
Damn.
I couldn't believe it.
And there's no clues, no nothing.
And he was a handsome little black guy. He looked like he was a good dude. But then for him to text his mother that, and it was like really in detail, like she was reading it, and she said,
What did he text her?
he texted her that, he said, "Mom, I'm not feeling safe right now. Me and my manager are not seeing eye to eye, and he's making me feel threatened." He said he got a couple of people here or something that I'm not feeling safe with. He said, so if something happened to me, and he named the person, and the mother just said, "I'm not going to disclose the name at this point," but he said the person's name, because she almost said it, she stopped herself. And she was like, "I'm not going to disclose the name, but if anything happens to me, him and the people he with did that to me." And then he went missing. Then they so crazy, they took his credit card and tried to use his credit card a month after he had been missing.
What?
Yes.
And they don't have the people.
They don't have him.
Right. They don't know where he tried to use it.
They know that
The
shit.
credit card.
They know that shit. If they know that it's been used, they know that shit. So then where I'm saying, if he done blatantly, I mean, he said the person's name, so why ain't the person arrested? Or under investigation?
Right.
Like, what?
That girl that was murdered in Hit Meadows that was pregnant. That she was about to have her baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, my family knew her.
Yeah, I used to live across the street from her when I was growing up. That was so sad.
That's why
And
you
they
gotta
say
protect
they
yourself.
called the police. They didn't even know that. They didn't even call the ambulance. They didn't even try to save her.
Whoa.
Like, right.
It's just getting crazier and crazier out here. You never know what to expect from people.
Yeah, and you don't know. I'm not even gonna speak on that because that was secondhand information. So we're gonna keep it like it, keep it 100. But I'm gonna tell you this. Sometimes people die from the things that they have done. Not saying it's justified or whatever the type of thing is, whatever. But we have that type of stuff going on in the city, and it's a lot of that.
True.
Mama just said the same thing.
Yeah, you don't know what people have done to other people.
Don't nobody know.
Don't nobody know but them. So,
And God.
And it's crazy out here. And that's why I want people to understand and use the power of discernment, because the Ciara and all of this bullshit that we talking about,
It's really not
it's
important.
it's not important. It's a distraction. But it's
Yeah.
conversation and mouthpiece from a podcast, and you know what I'm saying, get the people going, and we can talk about it, and dialogue hopefully changes things, you know what I'm saying, make another person wake up, or I hate saying that word, but maybe, like I said, the discernment powers will wake up and be able to see things for what they are. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, beyond what you see, because it's deep.
Like we said last week, some people see on the surface, some people see deeper than the surface.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And then you got these people that can't nobody convince me and influence me to do this and do that and blah, 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 blah. I say, man, well, and I want to say, while we sitting here talking about Ciara's funky ass,
they don't even give a fuck.
There's a drone that crashed into a Russian plane over the Black Sea, and they the Russians will probably be able to get that before the USA get it, to see what they was looking at.
Period.
There's no threat of World War III going on.
It's a threat of war, period.
Period.
Yeah, like,
you know what I'm saying? They're not talking about that. They're not talking about Biden. And everybody wants to think that these guns, that these mass shootings are just random. No, they are staged. They are people who have mental issues that can be easily coerced into doing stuff.
Just
because
like
Billy Bob got a big eye and one big eye and one little eye, and his tongue is out. And
don't
then
mean he that dumb.
Right. And then they go fuel the flame, and then this person go out here and shoot up umpteen million people with automatic weapons.
It remind me of Remy on Higher Learning. Like how they was hyping him up to be like a racist and to go crazy. And
yes,
he just
that's
snapped.
real deal.
Yeah.
We had a guest on here. I'm going to bring him back. Matthew, that was in the Army. And like I said, Howard Breeze in the Army. You know what I'm saying? That
they be messed up after the Army, y'all.
Some of them do, and some of them don't. Some of them be pissed off.
I'm a military widow, so I know.
To get help, but a lot of people, they mad don't be right after that Army.
It don't be.
Yeah, because they done saw and did stuff that they wasn't, that they didn't have no business doing. Like, why is the United States Army sitting in Cuba or wherever it was passing out flyers for art that, like I would pass out flyers for the club?
Shut up.
Yeah, flyers like that to convince people or their train of thought to think this way. This stuff is real.
So were they trying to recruit out of other countries or what?
Make them revolt, make them, turn against the government, this, that, and the third, or whatever agenda that they have, so be it. I don't know if y'all watched The Godfather of Harlem.
Nah, I haven't watched it. Everybody keeps talking about that.
Watch The Godfather of Harlem. It is based, what'd you say?
Is that on Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, watch season 1 and season 2 of that, and the correlation between Malcolm X and what went down with him now. And now not all of it is true, but it's based on true events.
Right.
Or, things might change, just like with 50 in his show.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? So this second season of that, man, really put the United States government, the CIA, the FBI, Bumpy, Malcolm X, his murder, the Muslims, all in perspective, like, and to listen to that guy in the Army sit there and tell you how this stuff works.
No, for real.
Like, God dang. They sitting here, they didn't want what's his name? Gaddafi? No, Gaddafi over wherever he was. Man, because that guy was doing it right as far as his people. You know what I'm saying? They say he was doing it right, and they didn't want that. They want you to be on one accord, so they had to go whatever. They had to go take care of him. You know what I'm saying?
Just like with Saddam, like when they took the American soldiers over there, like,
yeah,
okay,
that's where they was.
There's no way that if a country feels oppressed, and like my husband was like one of the people that went in like the first flock of army soldiers, whatever, that went over there. They went like within the 3rd month of the war. There is no way if them people feel oppressed, Like, I literally got pictures. The kids running down the street giving soldiers the middle finger. The kids standing on the corners with guns trying to kill the soldiers. If they feel oppressed, why they don't want America here? Make it make sense.
No, America went over there.
But if they're oppressed and they don't feel safe by their commander in chief and they want him dead, why they ain't take him out? Period. And why they trying to kill the American soldiers for coming over there to supposedly save them?
Right. This is
agenda. It makes no sense.
The United States always goes where it's not supposed to.
They be trying to control everybody.
Everything.
And
once they feel like
they be trying to control everything.
Yeah, like,
but there's people that's running them.
Period.
That's running the government. There's people, and those people are the super wealthy. And I know people don't want to hear it. Go beyond them. That's just the name that everybody associated with, but it go beyond them. You know, and people don't have that discernment. They always think Alex Jones, this, that, and the third, and that you making this stuff up, you flighty, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, well, you're entitled to believe what you want to believe. That's the whole thing about this. Being
a human being, you have the right.
You have the right to feel that way.
Feel how you feel.
You have the right to feel that way.
It's called do your research.
And exactly. I used to think to certain people for real, like, man, they is tripping on that, bro.
And being too like too woke.
Somebody's like, come on, son. That ain't. I can't believe it. And then when I got to looking and seeing, like, whoa, hold on. Oh yeah, man, they is tripping. They is tripping. Like the jab, like the food that we eating, everything is designed for us to fail.
Man,
really.
To fail. Society is going ass backwards quickly. And you can't the agenda, like we was talking about what's his name from Creed?
Oh, Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan and his buddy. You know, they was
Is that his real brother? Or?
No.
Oh, okay.
And we was talking about that and this agenda thing that's going on, and people, you know, it's just crazy. And you can accept it or see it, or you don't have to. But if the way of quality of life, the way it's going, don't tell you that something is coming about, like the banks closing. There's 3 more banks that closed. Silicon Valley, and 2 other ones. The first one was Silicon Valley. There was 2 other ones that closed after that. You know, people don't get it. People don't get it. We in a recession for real.
Bro, did you see the story about the black lady in Atlanta? She done sold all these black people land that she didn't even own.
What?
What?
Yes. They was trying to build like an area. For real. So what they were trying to do was come together kind of collectively as black people and buy some land and build like black owned properties and businesses and basically a community. They own
subdivision.
Yeah, like a whole black woman scammed them all. So now they all like trying to fight to get their money back and everything.
That money gone.
Yep.
That money gone. I ain't never gonna get that money back. She gonna have to pay that money through restitution. She still ain't gonna pay that money back.
But then it's like, damn, as your own people though, this is what we talking about. Like, why would you do your own people like that? And you already knowing what we going through.
Right.
They don't care. They don't care.
I know.
Man.
They don't care. That's just the way of the world right now. And we on short time.
Borrowed.
Short time. That's why it's so important that we reach our people, because when the shishnitz hits the fizzanan, we're gonna need each other. You know, imagine, now we talking about the banks. Now imagine if all the banks close, and they keep talking about how this new world order thing that the banking system is going to shut down, and we're going to be on one crypto thing, whatever that is. And as you can see, if you're paying attention to the crypto, it was a boom in it before, but now they're trying to narrow it down to what it is, and Bitcoin's still there, but there's a couple others. and they are trying to narrow that stuff down to one thing that everybody's going to be on. People don't pay attention to that. They think you tripping. You think you tripping. Everybody was on the Bitcoin thing. I was too. You know, this, that, and the third. And then I got to watching the game like, oh man, these mugs is falling off. Then I had somebody tell me about it, and then we heard about the two young boys, the crypto dudes who made millions off their crypto dead, and they made film videos like you said about the young boy in Mississippi. Hey, if you find me dead over here, blah blah. I mean, if you find me, yeah, they found one crypto dude on the beach with his wallet. And if you was robbing him or whatever,
that would have been gone.
That'd have been gone.
Or his money,
whatever. None of that. And he said that. He said that like he said the boy did. They knew too much or doing too whatever, so they had to alleviate them. So this stuff is real, man. So when this stuff hits the fan, we got a small window when it comes to this financial literacy and what's coming down the pike here. And I'm not saying 2 years, 5 years, because no one knows. You can just watch and see how it goes. So in the meantime, in between time, we got to get our act together. We got to get right. And us fighting amongst each other, us talking bad about each other, you know what I'm saying? It was cool to have a difference of opinion, whatever, but if the conversation is about the betterment of our situation.
That's the only thing about social media that I don't like is the fact that, I guess you would say, as black people, I feel like even when it comes to the celebrities, even when it comes to the celebrities, like we sit around as black people and talk about like other people attacking us and making us feel less than, but then you go on social media, that's all black people are doing to other black people, whether they celebrities or not, like they still black people.
That's what fuels us. And I'm guilty of it. I had the podcast, blah, blah, blah. I understand. But I'm also here trying to get this message out, too. You understand me? We'll bring them up to bring out the negative stuff that they're doing and the stuff that you should be questioning when it comes to morale, when it comes to your kids, when it comes to the next generation of these kids, these babies. So when I hear people get upset talking about you tripping about how these women is dressed or whatever. No, I'm not. I'm not tripping. I'm a man just like everybody else, so I see it. But we got to instill to the next generation beyond, not this. It skipped a generation somewhere along the line. Because these, and with adults too, I don't know if they've been taking too much ecstasy pills or cocaine or whatever it is. But this feel good, do good, feel good, do what you like is diminishing our people. And I got grandkids now. So if you didn't instill, and you my age, I'll be 55, if you didn't instill your kids the same values that you have, then their kids
ain't gonna have no value.
And if you didn't do that, they're not gonna have no value. They're not gonna have no value. We got to go 2-3 generations down the line here and get ourselves prepared. And that's what Randy Parks, like I said, Ivory, and a whole bunch of other people, man, is trying to project and give back in a certain way. Get us in the right mind frame.
Yeah.
Last week, y'all, I ain't gonna keep talking. Last week, week before last, and I said I was gonna have this brother on here. I got to find him. But when y'all get off of here tonight, y'all got to go to Clubhouse and go to Donnie Young's room.
I know Donnie. I'm just not on Clubhouse.
Well, get on Clubhouse because you get to talk to a bunch of different people from all across the country. And black folks thing, and mine was too, is that we ain't gonna never change. Black folks ain't gonna never change. Blah, 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 blah. And I keep that negative mind frame. And I think my brothers, both of them, Jason and a couple other brothers like Grizz, you can't keep thinking like that because we can change. And at first I didn't see it. But all the way up until dude came on and he was from Baltimore. Because one of the things we talk about is business and starting a business and doing this and doing that with business. And the biggest thing in Cincinnati that I've seen on our social media that's never been answered is grants. We always ask Can somebody write a grant? Can somebody do grants? Somebody do this, do that, do that.
And then,
You always have somebody say, yeah, we can do grants. But when it comes time to do it,
they're not doing it.
they're not doing it, or they're not giving you the game to do it.
Cause people would like to throw it out there, and I've been noticing that a lot too, like on social media, like locally, that people will be like, "Oh well, I just went and I just did this and learned how to clean my own credit or something like that, or I just learned how to edit on my own." And somebody else will be like, "Well, can you show me how to do that? I need to know how to do it." They won't even respond back.
Yeah, that mentality.
And
That's
then they be like, inbox me. And it's like, and when you inbox them, they don't never even respond. Even
Period.
when people are selling stuff.
That's
like,
exactly what I'm
what
saying.
What is the purpose of it?
Like, how you
even
want to sell
post about
something?
it?
How you want to sell something, and then somebody interested, and then you don't respond?
I'm back. See, and that's why I was saying.
People picking and choosing their price. They picking and choosing what their pockets looking like for the day. They don't want to give no set price because they gonna be, you know what I'm saying? They
And
might
they don't
charge
wanna
me
help
one
you.
thing, you another thing. Like, people don't be moving right. Period.
Right.
They don't want to help you either because they feel like you're going to become their competition. And the thing
Right.
about it is everybody has to get out of that mentality too, because just because you taught me how to do it doesn't mean that we're going to have the same level of success. You might have success in a whole nother lane, and I might have success in a whole different lane. You know what I mean?
Man.
But what
That
I
don't
was,
mean I'm competing against you.
right. So the dude that I met in the clubhouse, he was from Baltimore, right? And I put the link up, and I put it up just to see if anybody was paying attention or would like it or whatever. And the link was grants, and they had people to write grants. And he said in the clubhouse that people used to think the same way we think in Cincinnati, that it had never changed. And he said, I'm a testament right now that Baltimore is changing. And he said, Grizz, you got to realize and get on the page that not everybody is going to come along for the ride. Everybody can't go. Everybody can't go. It ain't the fact that you don't want them to go. It's the fact that they don't want to go. You know what I'm saying?
Some people, they move out of, a lot of people live off of fear. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like, they will stop themselves from doing something even if they had the potential, but just because they'll, like, kind of be scared of what the ending result will be. It might be too much for them, more than they feel like it. Oh, what if it goes too far and I can't keep control of it? You know what I mean?
And anxiety.
So they, they're comfortable in the position that they're in at the moment. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Some people move off of comfortability. Like,
We got a couple players that do some things, but for the most part, Cincinnati is selfish, man.
that's what
Let's
I
give
feel.
Orlando Chapman Sr. a round of applause because he's
Yeah,
always
that's my
doing
boy.
something with networking and
He is.
black-owned businesses and so
Like you
forth.
said, like Donnie,
And
Lando,
you know what I'm saying? Those
Mic
folks
drop.
are out there.
all of them. Sorry. Yep. Back to the subject. Shout out to everybody that's in the city that's doing positive things and working towards uplifting black people. I think I might have rubbed Grizz the wrong way for a second, but I had to run that back. I just got a daddy stare up in this motherfucker. Like, I was like, whoa! I almost got scared.
Hey, man, parties don't count.
He just gave me a daddy stare. Like, did you just say?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So, yeah, the antagonizer, no, we're not even going to say the name anymore, but the antagonizer, we love the antagonizer.
Hold
but
on.
hell no.
Grizz be letting people have it on the low, man. I've been
Hell
getting
no.
weak. I didn't know it was like that.
Hell no. Hell no.
I'm cool with a lot of the guys. I ain't know.
Yeah,
what was
it's
going
all
on.
good. It's all good. But, yeah, that was a tough subject today. I said 3 times.
I told you.
You did.
Start
Now
paying
you gonna be
attention.
watching how many times you say, I know I am.
No,
Yeah, me
that
too.
make you think about something like, oh nah, because I'm not unsure of what the fuck I'm saying. That's when he told me that, it made me start checking myself.
Right.
Yeah, that's what you do. English.
Cause so then you just basically got to get your mind, your mouth to catch up with your mind. You know what I'm saying? Slow down.
Exactly.
Slow your thought process down
Slow
so
your
you
roll.
can speak what you're trying to properly say.
Exactly.
Right.
So, guess what?
What? Oh man.
Next week, ladies,
I feel like you about to say something crazy.
guess who we having on the show?
Who?
Too Rich. Too Rich Benji.
My favorite person.
Too Rich Benji
one of my
is
favorite
coming to the
artists.
show next Wednesday. Do you know who he is?
No.
Girl, I'm gonna sing you.
Ooh,
We
yeah,
will
she gonna
sing you
send
some
you
of
some
his
stuff.
music.
Some of his music,
Okay.
young brother. Actually,
He
he's
is like really, really
the
dope.
brother to my niece.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Nia.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's Tanya's daughter. Niece, you know what I'm saying? So I found that out, and like I said, that boy cold.
He is cold. Like I
Yeah,
told
that's
him when I first met him, like years ago. That was when me and Bruno were doing Uptown, and we used to do the open mics at what is it, Uptown?
DJs.
Nah, over at Uptown DJs and all of that.
I saw him.
And
at
he used
DJs.
to come and perform. And I kept telling him, like, bro, you remind me, you just like today's Andre 3000. Like,
Hey, you couldn't even said it better.
Oh,
When I
yeah.
saw him at the DJs,
when I'm talking,
I was literally like, I ain't gonna purple. I was a little bit bored, you know, like, okay, taking it in. I think we had the beat battle, taking it in, and then
he came.
he came.
He changed your whole
Man,
spirit. I'm
He
talking about-
did. When he took that stage,
He got a show.
hey, he got a show. I
He
was up
jumped-
out my seat then, like,
Yeah, he
hold
jumping
on.
off walls.
Hey, what's
tables.
wrong with this little nigga? This nigga crazy.
He be killing
He
it.
doing the damn thing. So I'm excited about that.
Me
He's
too.
part of the GKF fam. You know what I'm saying? Them boys are doing. Let's give them a round of applause.
For
You
real.
know what I'm saying? They doing their thing. So we're gonna check him out next week, next Wednesday.
Okay.
We got Black Rain coming on. We got the
Okay.
guy from Baltimore coming on. Got some people lined up, and we're gonna do our thing. But
That's gonna be good.
thank you for coming. I'm gonna see you next week. We're gonna see you next week.
Yes, y'all gonna see me next week. Thank y'all for having me.
Yes,
Thank
you
y'all
say
for
as long as
coming.
you want to come, as long as you want to be here, that's cool. Hopefully we have Miss Nikki Baby. I forgot. Let's give Miss Nikki Baby a round of
What's up,
applause.
man?
You know what I'm talking about? Hopefully she'll be back with reviews maybe next week or the week after, but let them keep doing what they doing. But I ain't gonna talk your heads off. We had a decent show
You had a
today.
good show.
And like we say every Wednesday, y'all, don't be stuck on stupid and relaxed on dumb. Holla at y'all.
You funny. Hey, that's
Let's go! The station that keeps it rocking 24/7.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Grizz, my 2 cents.
Miss Canada, now I'm pissed at my baby mama. Bitch, I'm the biggest shit you ever be a part of. Talking out of anger, excuse my language, take part.